Hi everyone. So today we're going to continue learning about a country in Asia, which is India. So the national bird of India is the peacock, which is shown here. And typically when we think of a peacock, we think of a type of bird. Well, actually, the peacock is the male version of the peafowl. Okay, so the peacock is just the boy, it's not the girl. The female version is called a peahen. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to try and draw a version of our peacock that's shown. Okay, so before we get started, I want to give you just a little bit of information about it, and then we'll go ahead and start drawing. Okay, so similar to how we have the cardinals here, the male is very, very beautiful, has beautiful colors on it, is very bright. And then the female, the peahen, is a little more understated. It has more browns. Okay, it blends in a little bit better with its environment as a form of camouflage. Okay, the male, the peacock, actually uses their bright feathers to try and impress the girls. Okay, so like I said, they are the national bird of India. They can be pretty aggressive. So sometimes they're actually kind of used as guard animals. And they can fly because they are a bird, but they're not like a penguin. So they can fly. And their feathers, actually, they are shed. This is part of their tail, what you're seeing in the background right here. That's a part of the peacock's tail. And they shed those every year. Okay, so you can actually buy peacock feathers and it doesn't hurt the peacock when they get them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'll minimize that, and I'll show you what we're going to draw today, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Oops, let me flip it the other way. There we go. So what you need to go ahead and get is a crayon, marker, colored pencils, any of those materials, and then a piece of paper, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is what your finished version will look like. Okay, I'm going to start out with my blue, and I'm going to use a light blue to start drawing, and then we'll go back and we'll color it in. Okay, one thing we will do that I did not do on my example is we will add color to the background. Okay, we'll probably use our brown to make this color back here. Okay, so what we're going to do is, let's get this over to the side. We're going to go ahead and start by making the shape of our peacock's body. Okay, so what we're going to do for that is, to start with, we're going to do kind of like half an oval shape right here. Okay, I'll go over that again so it's a little bit darker for you to see. Alright, and that's going to be this part of its body. Alright, from here what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and draw a circular shape just a little bit off to the side. Okay, so we've got part of an oval, and then we have a circular shape over here. What we're going to do from here is we're going to go ahead and add its neck. We're going to curve it around to meet the circle. Okay, so curve it around to meet the circle, and we're going to come down here and we'll just connect it here. Okay, alright, so from here what we have to do is add a circle for where its eye will be, and then for the beak what we're going to do is we will do kind of a curved line. So it's not going to make a perfect triangle. What we're doing right now is we're doing the top of the beak, and we'll bring it back. And we'll add the bottom. Connect like that. Okay. Alright, and then we can connect those two parts. Alright, so from here, what we have to do is we have to go ahead and color in our bird. Alright, if we look back at the example I showed you, you see that it's blue, but then it's got blacks mixed in, okay? And there is some white around their eyes that we will add in a little bit, okay? So it's going to be blue on the main part and then black around the edges, okay? So we're going to work on that. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my black to color in around the edges. From here, what I'm going to do is go ahead and start adding blue in there, mixing it in with the black. And I'll probably go back with the black too and blend it in with the blue. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up the picture again, but I'll minimize it. I will make it a little bit smaller so that we can look at where the white is around the eye. Okay, so when we look, the beak is mostly white, and it's almost like there is a little bubble around the eye. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll do a streak through there that will be black, and then the other parts will be left white. Okay, it is around its base, has more of the blacks to it. Okay, so you can be working on adding that. But on top of its head is a brighter blue. Okay, so I'm going to do a little curve there that I work behind. And if you have some different shades of blue, you could be adding them in. Like I have a lighter blue that I could add in the middle as kind of a highlight. You could do that. And I'm not really taking my time on this just because I don't want to have a really, really long time with me coloring this in. I want to have some time to go over with you how to make the feathers. Okay, so if you're still working on this when I get it finished, that's perfectly fine. Okay, I honestly think you should be, because you should be taking your time, making sure you're doing a good job. Okay. Go back and blend in the lighter blue, blend it a little bit more. And then I'm going to add the lighter blue on top of its head where I said it was kind of like a highlight. now I'm going to go back with the black and blend it in a little bit better with my blue. Okay, so it's not such a strong transition. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and add the black around the eye. And then what I'm going to do with the eye, so that I make sure that you don't lose it, is I'm going to leave a highlight. So I'm going to trace around the outside my black, try and make it darker, and then I'm going to add an oval shape in there that I'm going to leave white. Okay, that's our light spot where the light is reflecting. Okay, to make our eyes stand out. Alright, there's that. I could add a little bit of black on the beak if I wanted to. Alright, add a little bit of shading on it. We remember from our other classes when we had shading, we talked about light and dark areas. Okay, so there's that. And I can always go back and darken up areas. Now, it is harder if I make an area too dark to lighten it up, but I can always go back and darken up areas. So what we're going to do from here is I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make the feathers, and then we'll finish up. Now, I'm probably not going to color the whole paper because that would take too long, and we're already 12 minutes in, okay? So I'm going to probably work on one side of the paper, and then I will let you guys work on your own, okay? So the shapes on the peacock's feathers are kind of like eyes, okay? They're black in the middle, and then normally they have blue, brown, and then green, okay? So this almost looks like their pupil. So what we're going to do is we're going to use probably our green to go around and make some shapes, okay? Now the feathers normally come out almost like this is, the peacock is the sun and the rays are coming out from it, okay? So what you need to imagine is that those shapes are going to be a little bit angled, okay? So the line would be straight here and then it would angle up some. So what you're doing is kind of these funny, not quite circular shapes, okay? They're not really an oval. Okay, they're just kind of a strange shape. Alright, they can be different sizes. And then what we're going to do after you have a few of those is we're going to start in the middle. We're going to add the black or the blue. Normally it's a black mixed with a blue. To the inside of the green. Okay. From here, you're going to need your dark blue. You're going to do a circle around that. Okay. So you're going to go around all of them and make a blue circle. Okay. Now, again, I'm going quicker than you should be going because you're filling in the whole space. So when I get too far ahead, pause the video, catch up, and then unpause it, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and color in the blue circle. Okay. Now, I'm not going to do that on all of them. Okay, like I said, I'm not trying to take up all your time. Okay, so you've got your blue circle. Now you need your brown circle. You're going to color that in. and then you're going to color in the rest of the shape green. Okay? The rest of the shape is green. Okay, so we're pretending at this point that we've got all of our shapes colored in. Hopefully you do. Okay, and what you're going to do from here is you're going to go ahead, I would use a dark color like your brown to do the lines coming up. You can see on here the lines for their feathers. So I would go ahead and do those. All of these eye shapes, they should be on one of those lines, okay? There may even be two on a line, depending. Okay? So they're not going to cut through. They're going to stop because you have it all colored in. Alright? Then after you have that done, that's when you can go back and color it in. Okay? You could color it in brown. You could color it in green. Okay, you could do a combination of the two, but you're going to make sure if you use brown, those lines are dark so that when you go back over it, you can still see it. Okay, so that's what I want you to do. When you have it looking like this, then I want you to go back with your blue and your green and color in the rest of this background, okay? Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned something about peacocks. I know I did. I didn't know all that information before I started on this drawing. Okay, but make sure you take your time and you do a really nice job. And remember to send me a picture when you're all done. Okay? And I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye.